your keynote speaker. Please welcome him on stage, Mr. Arif Amiri.
What can I say? Alisar, thank you so much for this kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. It's really an honor and a privilege, and I'm really humbled to be here today. Words really cannot describe my feelings today. A year back, I was with most of you guys at campus at Al Garhoud. And really, I've been asked to talk about my story in terms of, how things transitioned in my life, how I went from one chapter to the other. So I'm not going to really go very long about what I've actually experienced, but I want to touch upon some highlights that really resonated with me, something that really stuck with me and defined maybe who I am today. There are so many things that I would love to share, but I got to be a bit concise and specific. In Al-Mawakeb, I've had great memories. Like Ms. Alisar mentioned, a lot of them were in class and a lot of them were away from class. Whether it was our sports class, whether it was arts, whether it was, trying to, at that age we're all mischievous and we all like to be a bit, a little bit, out of our way. But I'd like to say that when I was in 10th grade, I kind of knew what I wanted to be. I've asked my dad a question and tried to really test him in one of those questions. I told him, Dad, I think I was in grade 7 then. And I told him, Dad, I wanted to be a musician. So he looked at me and he told me, Arif, if you think you're going to be good at it and you're going to love it and you're going to give back to society, go ahead and do it. I was shocked. My dad telling me, you're going to be a musician and it's okay. So I would tell my dad, you're not concerned, you're a doctor, you're a PhD and all of that. He said, Arif, whatever your heart is, whatever your passion is, just drive with it, go with it. Don't hold yourself back. So then that really blew me away. I really didn't know where to start or what to think. But then I was really fascinated, like most of us boys, about the aviation world. I was fascinated to see the captains, the airlines, how things were managed in and there. And I thought, this is something I really wanted to do. So it came about that I graduated and I decided to go to one of my friend's school, Anwar Yafi, MB Riddle. It's one of the best schools in the world in aviation. And I've learned so much there. Not as much as the founding pillars, what I've learned in Al-Mawakeb, but I've learned a lot as well. Engaging the community there, the people, the culture. And I've been able to understand, it was in the US, so I was able to understand that, the similarities we have. Yes, we're a bit different, but we had a lot of similarities. We're also kind, welcoming, loving. Yes, there are things that are a bit different, but then again, there were so much similarities. And I've been able to take a lot with me. So I've graduated, came back, and then, I didn't want to stay back at home, so I applied around. So it was MS Airlines or, other, the Dubai airport. But then I didn't want to stay home for a long period of time, and I wanted to engage my next chapter of life. So I applied to a global bank called HSBC. And you know what? They responded really quickly to me. And I said, I'll take that challenge and I'll engage them and I'll see what I can learn and what I can do. And it was really an eye-opening experience for me. I got to see the commercial side of Dubai, how the banking world is, how trade happens through Dubai, and it was a learning experience. And I opted to do something in the banking sector that had to do a lot with numbers, a lot with, understanding credit, cash flows, and so on and so forth, and be able to analyze that. And if you talk to Ms. Alisar, she'll tell you that math wasn't one of my favorite classes. It was tough. But I decided to take a route in my life that was a bit different. I decided to tackle my fear and go in a place that I thought was something that I would learn from and I'll be able to contribute to. Dubai is known to be a trade hub. Dubai is known to be a logistic hub. Dubai is known to be a tourism hub. And being in the center of the banking industry, you're able to contribute in a big way to the story of Dubai and the vision of Dubai. And that excited me. That gave me purpose and passion. So I dwelled very hard at this. And thankfully, I think I performed. And then what was next for me? Looking around me back then, I've seen great heroes of Dubai, whether it was His Highness Sheikh Mohammed leading the way, paving the way in terms of the future of Dubai, challenging everything that was around us. We operate in a region that is a bit unstable, but we've been able to do miracles and magic here. So I was mesmerized by that. I saw other heroes, Mohammed Al-Abbar, His Excellency Gargawi, shaping and forming Dubai. So I really wanted to be close to that. God has been gracious, and I got a call. And that call was Amar knocking on my doors. They told me, Arif, would you want to be a part of what we're doing? We're building Dubai, we're expanding the brand of Amar across, and it resonated with me. I wanted to really contribute to the story and the vision of Dubai personally. So I decided to take on that challenge. Was I a real estate guy by blood, by education? No, I wasn't. Was I fearful of failure? You bet I was. But you know what? We took it on. Not me alone, but I'm sure all my friends here would probably tell their stories about how things were a bit out of plan and things just shaped out to be what they were. So in about 8 years of my experience there, I've been blessed and lucky enough to see the tall tower rise, the largest mall be developed, which I think we all spent a good amount of hours in. So that was exciting to me. And it was a challenge that I was really proud of. But never in a single step that I took in my journey that I take anything to be granted. Never that I knew everything that I was aiming for was 100% success. There was elements of fear, there was elements of failure sometimes, but we all know what we do. I think back in the days when I was a school kid, having your own bike and going around the neighborhood was something we all done as part of fun. We didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Instagrams, we didn't have all that kind of nice stuff. We didn't have, your iPhones. But you ride your bike, and a lot of us probably fell off our bikes. And we got hurt. But what we do next, get up on the bike and start having fun again. So in life, you'll see a lot of bottlenecks. You'll see a lot of hardship. You'll see things that don't go as per plan. I've been told by so many people that plan is, your number one element in life that you need to have, which, I don't really disagree with. But what will make you a successful person is the ability to really shift gears and shift the way you do things once the plans changes. And that doesn't mean that, you haven't done your homework, you haven't done much, but you have to be able to be flexible enough and agile enough to really move forward. And in my journey, I've learned a lot. We always think once I finish school, once I finish college, that's it, I'm done. I won't learn. I've done my share of learning. Now it's for me to really teach and preach and do my own thing. You know what? Maybe there's an element of that. But to be honest with you, I continue to learn to this day. I learn from every single person around me, no matter of what rank, but in terms of what actually they do and what they bring on the table and how much of value they create. I'm not talking only corporate-wise, not commercially, but in every aspect of life. So after my stint at Amar, and seeing everything what we've done, under the leadership of His Highness, and of course the chairman at that time, I got another opportunity to really contribute to the vision of Dubai. And there was another gentleman that was in that institution prior to me, a good friend, someone really, I was really mesmerized in terms of how he does business there and how we've actually taken the brand from one strength to the other. His name is Abdullah Al-Awar. And it was fascinating. Dubai was known, like I mentioned, for trade, tourism, you name it. But the financial element and the financial services weren't there. And DIFC was something that brought this together, not only for Dubai, but for the wider region. And I got that opportunity to be a part of it. I got a call again, Arif, what do you think? Again, I've been 8 years in my comfort with Amar. I've done a lot of things there. I've been tested, tried, punched several times, succeeded many times. Would I want to make a change? Fear again, right? Stops all of us. But I've opted to give it a chance and go. I wanted to continue in the success of the IFC. I wanted to be able to actually contribute to the vision of His Highness, to what we've done, to the pathway of the IFC or the journey of the IFC, and be able to take it to strength to strength. And it's been exciting so far. It's my second year there, and we've already been positioned 5th globally as the most promising and most valuable financial center in the world, which is a really testimony of the hard work that was done prior to me and the journey we've been able to continue with. What I'm trying to say really is life is all about different experiences. There's elements of failure that might actually hold us back of going towards the direction we really want. So don't let fear control you. Overcome it. And the element of success for me, for you, for everybody here will be completely different. A friend of mine, or a classmate of mine, back in 1993 where we graduated, his name is Peyman Parham. He has a brother called Marwan. I can't see Marwan here, but if he's here, he's here. Okay. He was a bit younger than me back in the days, and I was fascinated by him. Today, Marwan is also known as DJ Bliss. He is successful at what he does. People love him for it, people appreciate it for it, and he gives back to the community one way or the other. So, decide what you want to be. And you know what? If you don't know what that is now, it's okay. Take your time, but don't wait too long, but take your time. I knew exactly what I wanted to be in 10th grade, right? Remember? Airport management, aviation business administration. I'm not doing that. So I'd like to thank you so much for your time. Commit to what you have vision, have compassion, and have determination to what you want. Thank you so much.
So on behalf of everyone here, we have a little token of appreciation too. They told me no flowers for guys, so shield for the men.
Good advice.
Flowers for the girls.